What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Today, we're going to be going into our series, Fighters of the Future, Champions of Tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. This is basically a prospect and contender profile. So, this is our way of putting information out there about guys who we think are going to be the next to take the mantle in their respective divisions over the next 3 to 4 years. Not necessarily next year, because we have some contenders and fringe contenders on the rise, but we're going to highlight guys who you should be looking for now because they're going to be rising rapidly over the next 3 to 4 years. So 4 years from now, you're going to remember these videos, remember these names, and go, hey, T and Q told me about that guy, and look at him now. He's about to be a big star. So today we're going to focus on Delante Tiger Johnson. He's a welterweight contender, welterweight prospect. He's actually number 24 in the United States. He's number 96 in the world. So that kind of tells you what level he's at. He's only got 7 fights under his belt. He fights on the top ranked banner. And when I say that this kid is good, he's smooth, but he also has power. He faces really good competition. They're moving him really well. In 2022 alone, he actually put up 6 fights. He kind of fights every other month. They're putting him on the early part of the broadcast on ESPN Plus. So in my opinion, we're seeing the rise of a true force at 147, and he's even big enough to make it to 154. He's 5'11", so he's going to fill out. He's only 24 years old, so over the next 3 to 4 years, he might try and make his bones at 47, and if the fights aren't there, he's also big enough to put the weight on and go up to 54 in a seamless way. He's got a little bit of a rangy build, long arms, very effective fighter. I'm going to give you some statistics here. So he's 7-0, 5 KOs. His last fight was a TKO win over Mike Ohan Jr., who was a 16-1 fighter. Again, he's never fought anybody with a losing record. In his first fight, he fought an opponent, Antonius Grabel, who's 3-1-1. So this tells you he ain't playing no games. On his record, on his resume, he's got a 3-0 fighter, 5-3 fighter, 8-4, 8-3, and a 15-1 before his last opponent, which was 16-1. Now they've got a TBA date for him, an 8-round bout for April 1st. That's the same day as Anthony Joshua and the Jermaine Franklin fight. So I believe Top Rank will probably have a late day fight because that one's going to run around 1 o'clock. So I believe that whatever card he's on is going to start shortly after that one ends, probably around 5 or 6. So you be able to catch it on ESPN Plus. Looking forward to see him return to the ring. Again, this guy could go to either weight class and be really productive. He's got the build for it. He's got broad shoulders. Let me see. I don't have the reach here. I do have the reach, 71-inch reach. So for his height, it's not a super reach, but he's tall. So that's going to give him an advantage over a lot of opponents at welterweight because a lot of those guys are 5'8", 5'9". He's coming in at 5'11", hopefully a true 5'11". So that's going to be problems for some people. Looking forward to seeing how Top Rank continues to move him. I mean, he's got an opportunity to be the guy. I think my biggest thing is that they don't move him too fast and just understand that the future at welterweight is in 3 years. That's going to give Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford a chance to get out of the way. That's going to give Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, and guys like that a chance to probably outgrow the weight class. And then this next group of prospects should be coming up. When they hit around 14, 15 fights, it's going to be time for them to start looking at belts because those other dudes are going to be moving on. So the future looks bright for Tiger Johnson. Looking forward to his next match. Looks like April 1st. So you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Are you familiar with him? Have you watched him fight? I just think that his abilities, he's got a little bit of versatility that he could fight off the back foot. He could come in and transition to power. He could get in the pocket. I don't know that the pocket is his strong suit because of his reach advantage. I think he's better suited fighting from range, but I still believe that he gives himself a great opportunity even when he's inside because I do like the way that he is defensively responsible. He's throwing a punch and he's trying to get out of there after the punch. He's even done an interview talking about it where, hey, I knew I was going to get the guy. I threw the punch and I was already going into my defensive maneuver because I practice it that way. And when you drill defense coming off your offense, you're going to be successful in the pocket, even if it's not the place where you get off your best shots. You're going to be able to get off good shots and take a little damage, and I think that's something in his arsenal. And from range, he's just, he's long and rangy. He's going to be able to play defense to hit you and get out of the way. I like his pivot game. I just think that this is one of those guys that you could look forward to watching and go, hey, I remember when this kid was coming up, he was good then, but he's really good now. because all that experience that he's piling up fighting, 5-6 times in a year, that stuff's going to add up and pay dividends in the long run. So again, I'd love to get your comments. This has been T-Word for the Mic Check Podcast. Until the next time I'm out. Peace.